Yo, what's up, guys? This is D Brown with Trackheads. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Trackheads. I was looking back at some of the videos of Monaco, right? And I was watching the video of Rai Benjamin versus Karsten Warholm versus DeSantos, right? The only three guys to have run, I think, under 47 seconds so far. I believe that's the statistic, right? The big three. Hell of a race. Oh my gosh, heck of a race. It lived up to the billing. Winning time or winning person was Rai Benjamin, which I think was the first time or second time that he beat Karsten Warholm, and it was like a legit run. It wasn't I'm injured, it wasn't I'm out of shape. He just won. And Rai Benjamin looked ecstatic, especially because he was, coming from the other side of the world, which was, of course, Los Angeles, and he's right back home training. I think, guys, I truly think this is going to be his year. I think some of the mistakes that he's made in the past, such as, not having a real consistent race model, he said he was always dealing with a couple injuries heading into, the last part of, training, the last part of, the World Championships, or the last part of the Olympic Championships, you know what I'm saying? And he looks to be in prime shape. He opened up in a really strong time. He's been running 46 basically every time he touches the track. He opened up in a 44, look really low this year. He just looks in really phenomenal shape, and he actually has a race plan. His race plan looks collected. It looks connected. It looks strong. It looks put together. It doesn't look like he's trying to force anything. It looks like basically any advantage of him using his speed in the first part of the run in the past has sometimes been interrupted by the fact that in his last 150 something would happen. His strength wouldn't come out. And I think whenever he would go against Karsten Warholm, he would try and push the first part of the race to kind of keep up with him and not trust the fact that, hey, if I keep my steps in line and I can maintain 13 all the way around, I would be in a much better position to attack when I need to attack, which if you look at his last run, and even the run last year where he was at the Diamond League in Prefontaine at the last part of the season, where, it was after the World Championships, I believe Karsten won, and, he was able to finish really well. His finish was fantastic, and he ran like 46 low. And everyone was asking, like, hey, where was this Rai Benjamin a couple of weeks ago at the World Championships? And one thing I can say is just, when you're dealing with the 400 and up, and even, I can even say the 400 and up, when you're dealing with any event where there's a race model attached to it, and you're talking about the high competitive nature of some of these guys, you can't just go out there and wing it. Not to say he was going out there and winging it, but when you're going against guys that are separated by milliseconds, if you break up your race plan and your race plan isn't consistent, and their race plan is consistent, it's not gonna be good. I think Karsten Warholm's race plan is that he is so aerobically strong. He's able to hold the pace, kind of like similar to Dalila Muhammad. He's able to hold the pace and sustain the pace a lot longer than Rai Benjamin can, even though he's not as fast. So his PR may only be like 20.4, but he's able to maintain the rhythm of 20.4 a little bit longer than, and that 200 that he has a little bit longer and stronger than Rai can. Rai has a PR of like 19.9, and it seems like he's not slow. He's bouncy, he's explosive, he's very open in his stride, and he always seems like in the backstretch he's jamming his stride to fit within a certain pattern, where in the 400 or open 400 he may just let his legs loose, or in the open 200 he may just let his legs loose, and it's almost the opposite of what he's just naturally able to do. There's a certain elegance he has on a natural backstretch that he's not able to express in the 400 meter hurdles, and he's always jams himself up. But I believe with Rai Benjamin sticking to like a consistent race plan and actually following his steps, it allows him to maybe come through the first 200 and, let's say, like 22.5 or 22.2 or whatever his split is, instead of trying to fly through there in 21, and he may not have any strength to finish up in. And he also has to trust the fact that even though Karsten is the self-proclaimed strong guy, aerobically strong guy, you also have to trust that, no, I'm strong too. Except my strength may come in speed reserve, right? Because I have the ability to not tap into any of my energy because I'm going so slow in comparison to my open 200. So if I'm a 19.9 and I'm coming through the 200 at like 22.2 or 22.5 in my open 200-meter hurdles race or 400-meter hurdles race, I might have a lot more to finish in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very curious to see if Ryan can continue this form, because right now he's in the driver's seat. Alisson Dos Santos has been putting together some good runs, 47s, 46s consistently. But he's not looking as dominant as he was in the year that, Ryan wasn't not doing so well and Karsten wasn't doing so. I think that was 2022. He's not looking as dominant. Now, mind you, this is a still dangerous guy. 6'7". He has a very consistent, very quiet, very chill, very he has the least amount to lose. He already has a world championship. He's representing Brazil. And I think he's the youngest of all of them. So really is Ryan's in the driver's seat right now. It's really between him and Karsten Warholm to see who's going to dip down into the 45s and be the best ever in this event, right? Karsten has it. He got it in Tokyo. He's been beating up on Ryan Benjamin and beating up on Alisson Dos Santos when he is healthy. But now it's just it's a career-defining moment this year. Can Ryan Benjamin get the gold? Can Karsten Warholm repeat as a Tokyo, can he repeat as the Olympic champion again, twice over, which is a hard feat to do. That's dominance right there. Especially from an area that isn't really known for 400-meter hurdles. So, and then you have Alisson Dos Santos, who's a world champion. Can he be Olympic champion? So it's a lot of storylines going, and it was a real dope treat to see them compete in Monaco. So, yeah, that was just my 2 cents about it. I'm very interested to see if Ryan Benjamin can pull this off, can keep his consistent race plan no matter what's going on around him, which takes a lot of this. No matter what's going on around you, even if Alisson Dos Santos decides to put pressure on him on the backstretch, which happened in Monaco. Alisson Dos Santos pushed that backstretch, and Ryan Benjamin was able to stay very, very smooth. And I saw him even jam up a little bit, trying to just stay patient. I think that's the name of the game, staying patient. Something that Michael Norman needs to take note of. If he can be patient in the same way that Ryan Benjamin is being patient right now, he's going to have a heck of a 400 meters on his hands, and he can actually be, very, very competitive and actually walk away with the win, because 400 is wide open. There's a lot of guys running 43s, but Michael Norman, if he's able to do his thing, but he should have a very interesting Olympic championship. But that's a whole nother thing. We'll talk about that later. But it's the 400-meter hurdles. I'm definitely happy to see Ryan killing it. And yeah, that's my 2 cents, guys. If you like the video, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.